Hi, I'm Dawn Miles with simple step number 3, follow up with the people you spoke with yesterday. Now, this takes some organization and planning, so think about whether you're a pen and paper person or would rather use your computer or phone. AwesomeNote and Evernote are two really great options, but we'll get into more details and training on that later on if that's something you're interested in. Just know that you need a system for keeping track of who you're talking to and where you're talking with them. You need to record their name, whether it was on Instagram, Facebook, email, and then that contact information, and then what you talked about. So keeping all of that information in the same place will make sure that no one falls through the cracks. If you're using some sort of digital option, my favorite parts are the search and the reminder features. I can just set a time, a date, the next day, put it in my phone, and it'll remind me that I need to follow up with them. So that's definitely a system that's been working well for me. When you talk with people initially, just tell them that you're going to be following up with them. Hey, I sent you this video on Shakeology. I'll check in with you tomorrow and see what your favorite parts were. That way, when you do follow up, it doesn't seem quite so strange because they're sort of expecting it. If you keep following up repeatedly, like 7 days in a row, just because they asked one question, people are going to start to doubt you and you're going to lose credibility and their confidence. So kind of have a system in mind. Follow up with them the next day. If they don't respond, follow up the next day. But then if they still haven't responded, simply send them a message that says something like, hey, I get right now might not be a good time. No hard feelings. I'm always here. Let me know if you want to talk more. And leave it at that. That way, you're not constantly chasing after someone and it doesn't seem pushy and salesy and you don't waste your time. When you follow up initially, it's going to open the doors for more conversation. So just make sure that you are doing those follow-ups, that you're not just letting it go by. You mention it once, but then kind of leave it hanging, because then there's always that awkwardness when you see each other if you see them in real life. So just making sure that you kind of close that conversation if they're not interested, and reminding them, like I said, that you're always going to be there and that you can help them whenever the time's right. With this, the key is organization and keeping track. So just think about how you want to keep track of this, what would be a good system for you, and know that simple step number 3 is to follow up.